And I just say it had to be done. How are you, girls? Anita here from Sequins and Sand, and I'm just hoping that my internet plays the game today. I just going to wait and see if we get an eyeball in here, Evie, and I'm just going to check my phone to see whether we are in the feed. We usually are. Yeah, it says we are live. Whether we are. Yeah, there we go. Oh, good. Okay. Evie Foster is watching with me. That's great. Awesome. Glad the tech is working. Hello, girls. If you are joining us live, we are good to go. Thumbs up. Lovely to see you. And if you're joining us on the replay, big hello to you too. I know this is not always a convenient time for everybody, but we are so grateful that you tune in. And on a live. If any of you have had the absolute pleasure and joy of meeting Evie Foster, you will, I know, relive that wonderful time that you met and all the conversations you had, because Evie leaves that mark on your soul forever. And it's an absolute privilege to know this beautiful woman. You're welcome. Welcome, Evie Foster from not so sunny South Australia. Where are you, Evie? Tell the girls.
I'm in Adelaide and it is raining and cold and it feels like the middle of winter, not the end of winter.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to get a jealous rage up in you.
Spring colours on today to join you all.
Not coordinated at all, girls. This was a last minute decision because I've been unpacking summer stock, so I've thrown on one of the new pieces. But florals are in, and we've got the lovely Liz Coombs joining us from the Footy Club. Hi, Liz. Nice to see you. And I think Rab's going to try as well, which will be great. And I can see more eyeballs. So say hello. Let us know who you are when you're there, and give us a wave or a bit of a thumbs up or something to let us know that you can hear us okay. So today we are talking summer confidence, as we always do here at Sequins and Sand. It's the reason we exist, is to get you summer confident and to get ready for summer. And we know in these COVID times more than ever now that we have to embrace every opportunity when it presents itself, because we never know when the tap's going to be turned off. Hey, April, nice to see you. Thank you.
Hi.
So that's why we want to, even though it might not be quite so sunny yet, we want you to hit the ground running when summer does land wherever you are. And today's guest, Evie Foster, and I, we met, about 5 years ago or so, I think we worked out.
I think it was around 2015.
Yeah. And Evie contacted me, I was living in Melbourne at the time, contacted me about a magazine that she was working on in the States and said, would you like to feature in it? And at the time it didn't quite work out, but I think you might have done something anyway, Evie, a little snippet in there, something might have sent you over.
Yeah, I took a few of your clothing items over and we photographed them for the magazine. And I was desperately trying to find some photos this morning of them, but I can't find any.
That's all right. I remember there was one with a kangaroo on the beach with a woman.
Yeah, and a bit of a boho theme I think we did for Sequins and Sand. Yeah.
So that's how it all started way back then. And so we didn't connect for a little while after that. You know, things kind of moved on for both of us personally as well as in business. And then in around 2017, we reconnected when I wanted to do the Cossie Confidence campaign. And that is the experience that Evie and I have created over the years for not only our crew members, but hopefully many of you watching who have seen beautiful women showing the way in their swimsuits with the hope that it helps you overcome any intrepidation or concerns you might have about being you can be summers and live them the way you want to, because those precious memories, you know, we've got to make those precious memories. So being in a Cossie, we know matters. And so Evie has generously given her time and intelligence and creativity to those campaigns over the years. And what do you love about our Cossie Confidence message so much, Evie?
I think I love the whole fact that it's so much more than getting in your togs, because I think if you can be confident to get in your cozies and walk along the beach and play with your kids and do all of those things, it means a lot more than that for yourself too. It means that you're more confident just in your skin. And I think that's the bigger message of Cossie Confidence. It's not just about putting on a pair of cozies. It's about being confident and loving who you are. Veins, rolls, you know, whatever it is that you hate about your body, it just is the way it is, you know, and that's what I love about it, and that we have so much fun doing it.
We do have so much fun doing it. We do. And this year, we did, Evie came up with the notion of tagging it COVID Cossie Confidence this year until Jane, someone who helps me with do my Facebook ads and things and some of my SEO work, Jane said, you can't actually use the word COVID in any of your marketing, Anita, because it is blacklisted. So we have to keep that in mind, Evie. But
well, we get
we will corona it maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to be all shooting individually, which is going to be interesting because, of course, we're trying to be with each other. So, yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And so I'll let the cat out of the bag now while we're talking Cossie Confidence. Cossie Confidence is the message from Sequins and Sand as well. And I was going to, for the first time this year, open it up as an experience for 4 guests to come along and join us for the day, and also get some expert tips from Evie about, you know, how to present in a photograph, and also to put your best foot forward with confidence from a modeling point of view. And we'll touch on why Evie could do that with such knowledge and confidence herself, but also get some mindset tips from Tasha, and makeup done and hair done, and just have a beautiful experience for the day. But sadly, with COVID times and borders shut down, it was just too risky to go ahead. But next year, girls, we will put on an experience like that for you. And again, so we are working on things like that here behind the scenes, ways in which we can help you online as well as offline. Yes. But anyway, we digress. Today is about your summer confidence journey, Evie, and then some top tips that you want to leave the girls about, you know, grabbing summer by the short and curlies, as we like to say, and living it your way. So why don't you take us through your journey, Evie?
Well, I want to start from a very young age. So when I was a teenager, say, and probably even before that, I always felt like I was the tall one, the big one. And really, I look back and I wasn't. But that's how I felt about myself. Like I was awkward and clumsy, and that, you know, that sort of feeling. And then it wasn't until I joined the Air Force, and I was in the Air Force for 4 years. And even during recruit training, when I was a lean, mean fighting machine, I was still a bigger girl, you know, my bones are big. And so I really, like, looking through all my photos and that this morning, I was just like, what was I even thinking? You know, I was a size 12 and I thought I was huge. So when I was 35, I was living in Brisbane with my husband and children, and my daughter started doing a modelling course at KLM Academy, and we had met this young girl that ran the academy at one of those job fairs, a trade fair, And I didn't know anyone in Brisbane. My husband had moved there for work. I just didn't know a soul. So I decided to enroll Jess in there. And it was the owner that used to say to me all the time when I'd take Jess in for class, like, do you have an agent? And I used to think, she is like crazy. I had short, dark hair. I didn't wear much makeup. I hated the way I looked. I really hated most things about my life. I wore my husband's clothes because they were bigger and they hid everything. And I don't, to this day, know what it was that made me just take that leap of faith and do one of the courses with Kelly. So back then there was no plus size, mature, any of that sort of thing. So I did my course with 17 and 18-year-olds. And it was something like a 12-week course, did all the like personal development stuff. By the end of the course, we were on a stage dancing and modelling in front of all Brisbane's top agents. And it was there. I mean, I still remember that feeling of being huge, you know, with all those kids. And it was there that Vivian's Model Management picked me up, which, if anyone knows anything about the modelling industry, Vivian's is up there, and a casting agent as well. So it wasn't long, and I was doing, and I'll show you some photos after too, so you can see what size I was, because I was only a size 12. And so I was plus size modelling and mother of the bride at 35, and because that's the way the industry was. I remember one of the ladies that had hired me to do a fashion parade walked in, and I had this outfit on and it had stripes on it. And she goes, "Get that off of that." You know, like, wow. Yeah, it's harsh, you know. So all of those things affect the way you feel about yourself. And still to the day, that still when I was working all the time, like even though I was with Viv's, Dully's booked me through Vivian's, Tamlin's booked me through Vivian's, because I was just the perfect size. I was bigger but not too big, and I was older but not too old. So I got a lot of work. But even then, I didn't think that I was beautiful. I didn't think that my body was great, any of those things. And I had to like logically in my head go, people are paying me for the way I look. And that's the only thing that would, you know, sort of make me go to the next casting or the, you know, that sort of thing. But, you know, I did a lot of fashion parades back in those days. Fashion parades were every week at every shopping centre.
They were the thing. How extraordinary, Evie.
Sorry? What did you say?
How extraordinary. The internet's not going to be our friend today. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But I find that, knowing you now, I find that extraordinary. And, you know, we've often talked about how the industry, whether it's media, you know, fashion, whatever, has a big influence and role to play in how we feel about ourselves, confidence levels. Yeah. And even when you were in it and living it and being a model and everybody saw you as this, you know, thing of beauty, it was hard for you to believe that. You were putting on a show, you know, you were giving them what they wanted.
Yeah. And I was, you know, like the fashion parades especially is when you see how you're, you know, cast aside sort of thing. So you're the token plus size model. They've always got like 10 size 8 or 10 girls, 2 boys, 1 plus size, you know, 1 mature and a couple of kids, you know. So, and they would put me in the dressing room next to all the boys.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
One person that would probably be more, you know, self-conscious about dressing, because we had to just dress like, you know, out in the open. There was no private, you know, and that's fine. That's what we're there for. But it was like they would always put me down that end of the room with the boys. And it's like, you know, that's when you feel your size and you feel that you're not just one of the models.
So was there then a turning point for you, Evie, when you just went, I can't do this anymore? Or was it, what kind of happened to move you from I guess, the modeling game into other things?
I think that if I hadn't have moved states, that I would have modeled forever, because as much as, you know, there was those things, I loved it and I still love it, you know. So, and I moved to South Australia, and so then, you know, even up until I think 2011, and I moved to South Australia in 2012, I did a Maya launch for Mercedes-Benz Fashion Festival. And, you know, like, even I was still doing bits and pieces, and I had clients that would ask for me specifically. So, yeah, every now and again I'd be able to, like, you know, go out and do it again. So, probably Cossie Confidence was the first time that I was doing, like, modeling again, and I went straight into model mode. So when, you know, we were organizing the whole shoot and photographers and makeup artists and all of that, it wasn't until the day before that I went, oh my God, I have to get in my bathers tomorrow. And it could be, well, it will be all over social media. And had a slight little panic attack, but, you know, there's nothing you could do that's like fake tan, you know, make the most of what you've got. And I did. I clicked straight into model mode. It doesn't, you know, it's a job sort of thing, and you just do it. But how I feel about that inside, you know, I wasted so much time. My poor children, you know, like, if I had a choice, we wouldn't go to the beach full stop, you know, but there was times, my ex-husband was from Harvey Bay, so we spent lots of holidays at the beach, and you know, I always felt self-conscious and wouldn't get in the water with them and all of that sort of stuff. I'd rather sit on a towel and, you know, stay covered up, and, you know, so that I regret big time. And it wasn't until after that I worked with all the girls that we had there, that first shoot, and saw how beautiful the photos were, you know, and veins and all, because it was really my size. You know, I've always been bigger, so my size is not such an issue for me. It's more like the veins on my legs, or, you know, those sort of things, you know, my wrinkly chest, and, you know. So, yeah, I walked away from that photo shoot feeling like I can truly say that I felt confident. Got home, took all the grandkids to the beach, walked along the beach. I just didn't care. And that is the big thing, I think. Like, other people don't really care. You know, we think that they do. Like, what are they going to say? What are they going to think? You know, but who cares? You know, the bigger thing is care more about yourself and your family, and have a great time and live every moment. And, you know, because those moments are gone. And then what, you know, the lady down the beach is thinking, like, she shouldn't really be, like, in that swimsuit. Like, who cares what she thinks?
Yeah, who cares? And in COVID times now too, you know, get down there and make the most of every moment, even more so now, because, and, you know, you might not get that chance in a month's time with the grandkids that you did then, you know, like, things can change in a snap now. So in my heart and mind, it's even more important now that this message is embraced and women are encouraged to just live it how they want to, because things can change so quickly.
And I think too, like, you know,
some of the girls.
There's Tash. Tash is here.
Yeah, there's here. Yeah. I know we're in and out a bit. It's very frustrating.
That's okay. I think. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. I think too that just, you know, having that confidence in yourself, just to be, you know, we really do waste a lot of time thinking too much about what other people think.
Yeah, we do. Hey, Tasha, hi, April and Rosa. All the girls are giving, and Leanne, giving you the big thumbs up, saying, supporting you, Evie, with what you're saying. It's absolutely true. that. You're a lucky girl, April.
Yeah.
So we've done a few campaigns now, and this year years seem initially different. But the message is always the same. The message is always encouraging women to just get out there, put on their cossies and have a great time and do it their way. Did you want – yeah?
Sorry, what I was going to say before is that, you know, even though we're encouraging women, you know, more mature age, you know, that sort of thing, that market, I think with all that we do and other people are doing now for body confidence, our kids are going to grow up differently. You know, like we have things instilled in us from our childhood and the way we were brought up that won't probably change. It'll change a bit, but it is still sort of in there. But our kids are growing up a whole different ball.
Yeah, and I've had
people like you.
Oh, thank you. And this is how it all started. I was just flabbergasted by the number of what the last 11 years, nearly 12 years now, that brought me to tears sometimes, to be honest, because I couldn't believe that they had bottled and dealt with that sadness for so long, you know, and it wasn't necessarily a size thing. That's the other thing, you know, it's all shapes and sizes and ages. This is not just for the bigger girls. It's not a bigger girl thing, you know, exclusively.
That's right. And, you know, at KLM, after I had done the course and was modelling, Kelly asked me to come and work for her. And then we started plus size and mature classes. So I had all these beautiful, mature women that, you know, some of them had fringes down here because they, you know, didn't want to show their whole face. Some didn't smile because their mother told them that their smile was ugly. And we would take them from there to dancing on a stage. And it was just one of the best jobs I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And isn't that wonderful when you can take someone from here to there and just see them blossom and grow with confidence and be, you know, this beautiful being inside that's been locked away for so long and just relax enough to let that all pour out. That is awesome. Yeah, definitely. That's beautiful. Yeah. So have you got a bit of a slideshow for us, Evie?
Yes. Bear with me.
So we can visually see, there'll be a few clicks going on. And while you're doing that, Evie, I just want to, I'll bring you into the feed. There we go. Christine, 6.3 degrees in Mount Gambier today. Oh my goodness. Yeah. No, you can't do a boring in a way and compartmentalize and go, okay, we're talking cossies. We have to pretend that it's summerish or warm enough to entertain the whole concept. Yeah, that's right. Because it will come. It will come, Christine, I promise. And our hope for you and all the women out there is that when it does land, you'll hit the ground running. That's why we are starting now talking about it. Oh, look at those awesome, beautiful pictures. Hey, Kerry, nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, beautiful, Evie. So let's see your journey in pictures, Evie.
So these were my first ever test shots I had when I first started modelling. So you can see how thin I am. It blows me away.
You were ginormous.
Yeah, and I put these two together because that photo, you can really see how skinny I am in the suit. And then in the purple suit was one of the jobs that I did for Queensland Brides. And I used to get like hired all the time, like as a mother of the bride, like in fashion parades, for editorials. And I was only 35, you know. So yeah, that was where the market, you know, was back then. Plus size was not a big thing back then.
Yeah.
This was my first, I wanted to show you these because this is the first time that I actually felt like a woman, like a normal model than putting in any box. So this guy took most of my makeup off, really natural and different than, you know, what I was used to.
Beautiful.
Just some editorial stuff I did for the Sunday Mail and Courier Mail. This is all up in Brisbane. And this is when I went to New York to launch my own plus size label.
Yay! Here's another little Evie secret. They're all coming out. Many talents.
And the black dress is one of my outfits. And then we go to Cossie Confidence. So this is me and the 3 years we've done it so far. So
I love that.
Yeah. Our 2017 shoot. I just got a couple of photos of each.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Love that. And that was our hashtag was #NotNoosa, wasn't it? Because we did it on a budget. And then, wow, we let our hair down and we went for it 1 year. There we go. That was beautiful.
Yeah, this is my favourite shoot. I don't know why, but I just love it.
Hey, Joe. And Joanne's there somewhere. Where are you, Joe? Joe's tuning in from the territory.
Where's Joe?
There you go. Tasha's saying, I never knew you had a plus-size label. Tasha, this woman is...
I tried, Tash.
Full of all secrets and talents. There's a lot that we don't know about this beautiful woman. Yes, a woman of many talents. Oh, look, I love these group shots.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. And this is 2019.
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
One of my favourite shots here.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And my little travel collection I did for Sequins and Sand.
Yes. Thank you for doing that. That's awesome. Awesome. Beautiful.
And that's it.
Yeah. So a journey there. So quite an extraordinary, Joanne says, I still dream of owning this house. Yeah, that was a pretty special house, pretty special times. But that's the experience we want to bring to the table again. And we'll do something extraordinary like that again down the track when we can. Rest assured. Yeah. So Evie, we are half an hour. Is it not better to add or say, if you wanted to leave the girls with, say, 2 or 3 top tips or thoughts to digest?
I think just, mainly what I've said so far is, the whole factor of, us caring so much about what strangers think. Like, I used to. So I'm not saying, it's weird, but we just put too much on it. And like I said before, our kids are going to grow up differently because the messaging out there now is not you have to be a size 8 and tanned and, look a certain way to be beautiful. Beauty comes in all different forms. And, I think with me, I'm not, I haven't done any great work around it, but I think with age and doing the shoots and being involved with other women, that, look at Jo, like she put on that big black and white bikini and, I was just like, I want to wear that. But I still wasn't brave enough to do it.
No, you know, that's right.
So, and she did. She looked absolutely beautiful. And all the girls did, so you have to look at that and logically in your mind know, that, it doesn't matter. Like, we had such a great time and we knew our photos were going to be everywhere, and that's okay, and just don't waste time,
Yeah, don't waste time. Embrace it. Don't waste time.
I'm 55 nearly.
A gorgeous 55, a woman in her prime, absolutely. And I think too, you said it, we did it together. I think building or having a safe, no judgment place as you grow with your confidence is really important, because it will be 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and it's not a linear thing, and it's not an automatic, immediate leap over and you're there. It will be. Yeah, sometimes baby steps, sometimes big steps, and sometimes in all sorts of direction steps. But having that community around you is really important.
Yeah. But I want, like now I'm not thinking about my girls, I'm thinking about my grandkids, and I want them to go, remember the time, we went to the beach and we did this and we did that, like I want that, because my girls can't say the same thing.
What was that, darling? I missed that last bit. Your girls what?
I want that for the grandkids, because my girls can't say the same thing, They can't say, we frolicked in the water and, did all those sort of things. I was like, no adventure.
Yeah. Do not enter. We're not going in the water. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I have thoroughly loved this chat. Thank you, Evie. Thank you all for tuning in right now, and for those later on. Yes, Leanne, things have changed, thankfully. She's got a comment there about feeling very sad that you were, next to the boys in the change room. But we have, and it's through doing things like this too, where all of you who are involved, listening in, you all play a part in all of this, in changing those perceptions to be who they want to be, without those reservations. So you're all playing a part in this. And Evie, you play an enormous part in the Sequins and Sand community with what you do. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. These stories have to be told, and you are awesome with your level of involvement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very grateful. Very grateful.
Pleasure.
So, girls, and there's Beck. Hey, Beck, nice to see you. Natasha's saying, lovely hearing you talk, Evie. That's great. Lauren, hey, Loz, beautiful woman. Yeah. So true. So, girls, look out for Evie, because I always go the wrong way. There.
Yeah,
see behind me, there's that rack of goodness. And Evie, with our, as she said, we're doing our shoot a bit differently for Cossie Confidence this year. It's actually a Sequins and Sand shoot with a Cossie Confidence message. We're changing it around again. Oh, Rosa. Hello, Rosa.
Hi, Rosa.
That's lovely. Thank you, Rosa. How are you going, sweetheart? I hope you're feeling well. I have to go, ladies, on a business call, but before I go, I want to say first, thank you to Evie, so inspiring, but Anita McLaughlin, my biggest inspiration is you. Oh my goodness, thank you, Rosa. A lady with a bloody amazing body there for all of us with all of our lumps and bumps and insecurities, making us all shine. Love and respect to you always. Thank you, Rosa. You are a gem. Thank you. I look forward to the day when we can all hug again and be united on a beach somewhere and out in our togs and just having a great old time. But those stashes behind me, Evie's going to don a few of those soon and show you how gorgeous you can look in togs that are great for your shape and your colour, and we have lots of things to choose from and lots of goodness coming. So, yeah. Yay, bring it on. Come on, summer. Even though it's 6.3 degrees. Thanks, Megan. Nice to see you. Yeah, all the goodness is coming. So thank you, Evie. Girls, if you've got any questions for Evie, I'm sure she won't mind answering those in the feed. Put them in the Facebook feed. And whether it's now or later, if you tag her or myself, then we will get back to you for sure, because some things you want to talk about privately. So if there's anything you want to know, we're here for you. Know that we are.
Thank you.
Thank you, Evie. See you, girls. See you next Friday and during the week. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, sweetheart.